So first off, I want to say, Sarah, I'm terribly sorry you had to listen to me and Sam and Garrett talk for like 10 minutes about Warhammer 40,000.
I mean, it's just not my jam. It's still interesting to hear about. So.
If it makes you feel any better, Sarah, I have only ever played like 3 computer games based on it. That's it.
Okay.
I've only listened to the lore videos.
Let's see. I paint armies. I've read a couple of the books. I really like the audio dramas. The audio dramas are really, really good. I recommend them. They're fun stories. They're fun science fantasy stories. Anything involving the Thousand Suns. They're my boys. So we're not talking about Warhammer 40,000 anymore. We're talking about spoopy skunk ape men. So first things first.
And they.
I forgot.
Non-binary skunk apes.
I would argue beautiful skunk ape folk, but that's just me.
Oh, Peter, we love you. You were a child of God. Okay, so we're going to start this off with Beryl making a roll. We're going to start this off exciting. Beryl, you're going to be making. Where's my freaking character sheet that I always use for references? Remember me saying that I'd lose my head? Here it is. Beryl, I'm going to need you to make an intelligence and academics or investigation roll to see, what kind of stuff you've uncovered at this point in the week.
All right.
Yes, you can spend willpower. You can risk willpower in this because this is absolutely in relation to the hunt.
Let me do that then, because we definitely didn't get everything last time. So I'm gonna risk it.
Maybe you did, and I'm just filling time.
Maybe we'll see. I mean, maybe I'm. If I roll real good, you'll have to come up with something.
Yeah.
Let's find out together. I got no successes out of 6.
And did you just risk willpower too?
I did, yeah.
So here's the funny thing about when you fail a wrist willpower roll. First off, it is considered a dramatic failure.
Okaru? Yeah, I know.
And but the cool thing is you actually get 2 beats for it.
Cool.
But the bad news is it is a dramatic failure.
How did I fail so bad?
At researching.
Yeah, so
like she opened a book and it caught fire
and burned her entire house down.
Well,
the apartment.
Honestly, what I'm going to say is I had a set number of successes that you needed. I'm just basically going to say you spent a whole day just wasting your time, not making any progress at all. And you now have more successes that are required through all of this. But you did gain 2 beats. So not all is lost.
Worth it.
Experience to do something with to figure that out. Okay. So do I need to roll again?
No. We'll come back to that. Okay. So we're going to say it is. We'll say it's Tuesday. There's been a nice little rest day. Jeb, you're working your stuff, and a big white church van pulls into O'Neill's, which is weird. You don't recall seeing a white church van at the tent revival, but yeah. Pastor Freddie comes out. He's wearing, khaki pants, bright red polo shirt, the threaded leather belt. I think you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
That really cheap Walmart-y shit.
Mm-hmm.
The slidey door opens and about 7 kids, well, not kids, but older teenagers, and I think the oldest person is probably going to be like 20, and more there is kind of like a chaperone thing, and they all just kind of pour out, and you see them. Most of them are just kind of out stretching their legs, and Pastor Freddie, he walks up to you and opens the door, walks up to the counter and he's like, Jeb, how you doing today?
I'm frozen, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so the last thing we heard was, we didn't hear anything that you said.
That's what Jeb said to him. And
this was the day Jeb tried bath salts.
I'll just sit here by myself, sniffing paint. No, Jeb goes, oh, it's been a bit of a slow day, but, I can't complain. It's all good here. How are you today?
Oh, any day above ground's a good day. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, time to be alive.
And he pats you on the shoulder. Bit I don't want to say touchy because that gives off the wrong vibes. But
no, I get
it. For a man, he
not like a full Joe Biden, but like a little bit.
Yeah.
He's not whispering in my ear.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, you can't feel
smelling
his hot breath on you, but yeah, you do notice. Yeah, he tends to touch a lot. So but yeah, he's like, well, we're here to buy some supplies and go ahead and start setting up a little stand up here. I got a couple of work hands out here. But before we do that, I guess you wouldn't mind if I would walk and talk, right?
No, of course not. Yeah. Let me just get someone else on the register, and I call Eddie over, one of the managers there. Eddie, will you watch the register for a minute?
He goes, sure thing, Mr. O'Neill.
No, thanks, Eddie.
Well, what's it good?
Yeah, just keep an eye on it. No, not literally, Eddie. Just watch it. All right. You can walk and talk. He's great. He's a really, really hard worker.
I didn't realize Jeb hired Bugsy Malone Stugs after they lost their jobs.
Jeb's got a soft spot.
Mr. O'Neill, this guy's giving me trouble. What, I should break his bones?
No, that's a customer.
All right, so you two are walking towards the back of the store. Pretty much to you got like a desk towards the back, kind of towards like the lumber yard and stuff. It's not like a huge one, but you can buy a couple of things, enough to do like home repairs, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And as he's walking, kind of doing what most people do when they're in a store like that, just kind of like checking a few things. He's like, I guess I should ask if you found anything about that one particular gentleman in town that is of interest to me.
Yeah, Peter Quinn is who you're talking about. So I talked to some of the people that come in, and so he runs that Skunk Ape Museum, as you know. To be honest, Freddie, he kind of seems like the dude that will believe just about anything if it's counterculture. He's all about them YouTube conspiracy theorist channels. It seems to be. I actually discovered that he lives in the same apartment complex as me. At
which point he kind of looks over at you and kind of cocks an eyebrow. He's like, "Really?"
Yeah, so I'm not a super social dude, so I never found that out. But I went to the Skunk Ape Museum and actually talked to him, and it came up, and we live in the same apartment complex. He just kind of seems like a little bit of a wackadoodle feller. The museum in there just has every kind of bad History Channel special kind of piece of information and picture you can imagine. It's I hate saying this. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's a little pathetic that he made a whole career out of just that.
So which way he's like pathetic how? What exactly is in his museum?
Everything from bad plaster repairs, footprints, and rear end prints. If you know what I mean. To
he kind of chuckles at that.
To bad photos. To also, it looks like he made some sort of skunk ape suit out of some other kind of animal's hide, or he maybe bought it. It just looks like a lot of hubbubaloo, if I'm being honest. Here's the other thing. He's also got a werewolf exhibit in his Skunk Ape Museum. so he believes in werewolves. I don't. It's a mess in there, honestly. A museum is being liberal with the term.
That's interesting. I mean, that's
Interesting how. I mean, he just kind of seems kind of like just kind of one of them folks. Just seems a little backwards to me.
Well, my congregation informed me on some things, and we have reason to believe that he might have been trespassing. I mean, granted, we do not own the property there, but we still have the right. We still have the legal rights to do our little sermon over there. We bought the paperwork, all that.
Oh yeah.
And yes, we have reason to believe that he might have been trespassing and bothering and molesting and harassing some of our congregation.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah, and we just wanted to kind of make sure that he, we wanted to see what kind of fellow he was before we started, if we decided to, make it a legal issue.
I mean, my impression of him, and maybe I'll take notice of him now that I actually met him if I see him in my apartment complex. But when I went to the museum, he seems like a very odd fellow. But I don't know. He doesn't seem like aggressive, or he seems maybe bothersome. He seems kind of like the dude that just talk endlessly about things you're not interested in. So I can believe that he'd be bothersome, but trespassing, that's kind of surprising to me. I mean, it doesn't seem like that type at all. But I mean, if you think so, then I mean, may I ask, how do you think why do you think he trespassed? I mean, did someone see him?
Somebody found something that we believe belonged to him.
Is it possible that he just left it there when he went to one of your sermons?
Not where we found it. This was in a location where he would have had to have gone greatly out of the way.
That's unfortunate. Well, with those type of people, I feel like they do have a sense of entitlement, trying to discover the mystery. So maybe he's overstepping his bounds, but I mean, he just seems like just kind of a I don't know, bit off. He seems a little bit cowardice too. I'm sure if you said something to him, he doesn't seem like the type to face a challenge.
Well, that's certainly good to know then. Well, I appreciate you looking into him for me. I might end up, I certainly hate to do this, especially, since, you're helping me out with this and, me asking for some favors and everything. But considering that you live in the same apartment complex for him, if you happen to see anything else, I have no money to really give other than the money I'm going to be spending to buy some of the supplies here. But, and, obviously, putting the goodwill, this coming weekend towards my congregation, telling them, hey, while some of you are up here, go visit O'Neill's. But, other than that, I do ask that if you happen to see, I'm not going to ask you to spy on him for me. That's illegal. But if you happen to see anything, maybe let me know.
Yeah, I mean, I'll kind of just pay attention more so than I normally do, and I'll let you know. And yeah, I mean, I'll just keep an eye out. Yeah, man, I appreciate the kind of thing we got going on here. So I definitely, you don't have to pay me money or anything. Just having someone that appreciates me and I appreciate them. Just it's a mutual respect thing. That's enough for me. That's enough payment. So.
Well, by the end of all of this, he drops a pretty hefty sum on all the wood and nails and supplies and such, and he even throws in an additional $400 just for you. That's pretty much just going towards just like build. Basically, his whole we're going to build this up and then it's going to be here for a couple of days kind of thing, and then He's promised that his people will dismantle it so that they're not leaving you with a mess that you got to clean up. And $400 for your time, but you kind of get the feeling that, this might be to, make you a little bit more compliant with what he, if he needs you to do anything.
Right. So I meant Jeb's got a small parking lot that he had, like in the corner, a bunch of 0-point mowers and stuff lined up. But you can tell he's cleared out a spot because now all the mowers are not in display fashion. They're stacked together real tight and roped off that area for him.
Right next to those build it yourself sheds that all hardware stores have. Just chintzy as shit and
overpriced.
A stiff fart will blow most of them over. And the kids of the parents shopping there totally don't go into the double-decker ones and go up there and smoke weed while their parents are shopping.
No, they don't hang out there at night or anything and loiter.
So
meanwhile, after that conversation happened, 2 aisles over, looking at the same length of chain for 20 minutes, Peter, wearing 3 fake beards and large sunglasses, just a small tear goes down.
Jeb feels a sense of pain because his vice is loyalty, just being stabbed in his heart for bad-mouthing Peter so hard.
He also feels pain from a samurai sword piercing him in the back.
Bisecting him.
No. Peter doesn't care enough about his self-image to care about showing up in multiple fake beards.
Well, honestly, I was about to say that we're going to flash back a little bit further in time to earlier that day where Peter has. I'm going to say that Peter's probably scoped out. He's back trying to scope out some of the skunk ape stuff.
Peter has taken his Jeep to kind of the same place they seem to have parked. Where I'm going to say, Chase, the place we originally set up camp, or the Skunk Ape Temple. I'm going to say we had a place we parked before that camp, and at this point we've made that trek a couple of times.
Yeah.
So Peter has he's getting out of his Jeep, and he picked up Bass, who is now in a full leather kind of cat armor, if you will. It's been segmented into where if she stretches or moves, kind of arches as cats do, it has panels that can fold back and forth. but every bit of her except the tiny bit where her paws are and her head and most of her tail fully covered in leather.
Which is important because, as we've established, she's got a little bit of chonk on her.
To be fair, it looks very weird on her. This was a custom-made set of armor he had ordered weeks ago from a gentleman in Chattanooga, who made it by hand. It came in, and he just has her.
Sending us weird text messages.
Yep. Within our own group chat, I've been sending messages about it.
Somehow he hijacked our group chat.
He's just kind of got his fingers under her chin, and he's just okay, baby, gonna set up our camp. What do we do? I am the moon, you are the stars. Now let's go to camp. And he set
and she just
sets up all of her food, water, kind of portable litter box. He literally takes his wallet, business cards, everything, and puts it right with her and goes, "Now I'm counting on you to defend that. All right, baby? All right."
She sits down and opens it and starts pilfering through your money.
Fast. But So he gets all that set up, and then he gets his normal equipment on with his big survivalist vest and all that, and he heads towards the Skunk Ape Temple.
Okay, so you're heading towards the Skunk Ape Temple, and you're not going to try and find the cabin in the woods?
I don't know. Now you've got me conflicted.
Yeah, honestly, that was just, I didn't know which direction, truth be told, I didn't know which direction you were going for, but I mean, I figured, you know what, if nothing else, I'll let him know that, he's got some options out here. You can hit that up. You can snoop around at the encampment, at the tent revival. You got options.
I think because I'm going to say maybe he got there at the time of day where they've seen the skunk apes congregate.
Mm-hmm.
That he's going at that time towards the temple. I mean, there's still time in the day. You can go some other places, maybe. Okay,
sure. Yeah, you start making your way towards the Skunk Ape Temple. You get there, and at this point, it's almost blasé. Weird, perfectly scooped earth with a computer monitor in it.
Yep.
You start to notice though that suddenly you're understanding maybe why the Donald Duck stuff and the church pews aren't there the next day. But that being said, that just raises further, as you said, it raises further questions. What happens to the old church pews and the Donald Duck stuff?
Yep.
Yeah, go on.
Do I arrive before, during a time when the skunk apes are there? Like, that's going to determine maybe what I want to do here.
This is earlier than when they normally appear.
Okay.
And you don't hear their sweet, gentle song, wafting through the air, so you don't think they're coming.
All right, then I'm going to start heading towards the cabin.
Okay. Let's say roll stamina and survival.
Stamina and survival? I have zeros and all, but no, I really don't.
You get winded very easily.
You have to have at least 1 in stamina, right?
Nope, somehow I got a 0.
I can't get up from the couch without dancing.
1 success.
Okay, yeah, it takes a little bit of plucking and working your way through the woods, but you do eventually find the old cabin. The rock that they put in front of the door, it's still in front of the door.
Okay.
If you were wanted to get in, you would have to crawl through the window.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. All right, yeah, you crawl in. Since there's broken glass, let's say we'll make another roll dexterity, and just a flat dexterity roll +2.
Damn it. Peter finds broken glass delicious. You found his one weakness. Success, but it's 10. Another 10. 2 successes.
All right.
If you were to get an exceptional success, I was going to say you just dove through the window.
like the Cirque du Soleil dive in and just.
Okay, yeah. You get in, and no cuts or anything like that. Don't get any of your clothes or anything like that snagged on the glass. You get in, and the first thing you notice is the place is now meticulously clean. Like a week ago, it was covered in spider webs. Animals had made nests in it. A lot of dust and grime and stuff. I mean, it still looks like shit on the outside, like an old dilapidated building, like an old dilapidated cabin. But yeah, the interior is just perfectly clean. With the exception of the furniture, you can't salvage furniture that old. It's just gone.
But so you're telling me like any wallpaper or anything like that is in prime condition. The floors look like they may have been waxed or vacuumed or what have you.
Yeah, well, yeah, like in terms of like the wallpaper, like it's been stripped, but it's been repainted like almost like a lime green. Like you can still smell the paint.
Can I head towards the basement area where we found most of our good clues and see if anything's changed there?
Yeah, sure. Thing is, I mean, it's lift to go down. It is. Yeah, it is. The thing is, though, it's locked. It's got a padlock on it. Not like an old ancient padlock, but something that looks like a padlock you would have picked up at O'Neill's.
Well, good thing Grandmaster Roscoe taught me how to cut padlocks open with my katana. No. You know what? In fact, I guarantee you he probably tried to teach me that, and Peter was like, no.
That's not a thing.
That doesn't happen. Well, I'm definitely going to try to take some photos with my good old handy-dandy camera.
I was about to say, yeah, you originally had like an old Polaroid, is that right?
Oh, no, yeah, that's what he uses. Like, I'm taking those Polaroids.
Okay, yeah, you're clicking, getting some photos, and roll wits and composure -2.
Let's see. I've got wits, and I've
So how
kind of.
composed are you?
Let's see how this goes.
You got it.
What's success?
You hear off in the distance as you're taking the pictures and stuff, the approaching of a car. You hear, wheel on gravel, that kind of thing. And yeah, I mean, this is out in the boonies. There is an old road. That's how you guys managed to escape. It's mostly overgrown and stuff. But yeah, this is out in the boonies. If somebody's coming down this way, they're intentionally coming down this way.
I imagine the window faces where anyone me going out of it would see me immediately.
Yes. That particular window. There are other windows if you want to bust them out and try and scoot.
I'm going upstairs.
Okay. Yeah. You scoot. You run up there. You hear, the car gets closer. And it's out in the middle of the woods, especially in like a completely empty house. Like sound's going to bounce. That being said, do you want to crack a window while you're up there to get hear anything or anything?
Yeah. I was about to say, if there's a window that faces towards where I know the car might pull up, I want to kind of get towards that, maybe crack it open a bit.
Okay. Yeah. You crack it open. You hear, the doors open. They shut, and you hear the sounds of a gentleman and a lady, and the gentleman, he's like, we got 2 weeks to finish this up. Do you think we can? And the girl, she's like, I don't know. Freddie, he's sending us out to do all kinds of crazy stuff. Why are we even out here cleaning up this old ass cabin? Why is he having us lock up the basement? Also, why can't he get one of the big giant things to move that stupid rock?
Taking a quick peek, maybe is the car of any indication they're from the revival? Is this just an average truck, or
we're going to say it's just a really quick, just kind of just
Yep.
not like you don't want to have yeah, pretty much, yeah, you don't want to be visible for any length of time. Hard to say, you could have seen it at the revival. You know what, roll for it.
Okay,
we will say wits, and it's hard to figure out what to roll for recalling things.
What is car identification?
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, we'll do wits and drive. Drive involves automobile knowledge stuff.
Yeah, boy, Peter doesn't have any knowledge of that.
The car's a car.
Yeah, I got no successes there.
Yeah, I mean, you could have seen it at the revival. You could have not. I mean, it doesn't really have any distinguishing features. Who's to say?
Okay. I know the upstairs had at least one bedroom the last time we explored it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe this is going to be Peter's plan, and boy, this might bite me in the ass. First thing Peter's going to do, take out his mask, put it on, only his eyes, and I guess glasses, and he is going to unsheath the katana.
Oh, God.
And find a closet.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you roll once more.
Okay.
Basically, to find a hiding spot.
I swear there's a plan here.
We will say.
It's just not a good one. I'm just kidding.
Didn't say
just concerned.
Wits and composure -2 in order to find basically find a good enough hiding spot while they're getting through the window and whatever they're going to be doing when they get in there.
All right. I'm also going to use my willpower to get 3 more dice.
Okay. You can't bear in mind, you can't risk it, but you can absolutely burn it.
No, I'm burning it. If Peter's gonna, if I can't burn willpower to find a hiding place, what can I do?
Yeah.
Let's see. That is. All right. Well, that's already 5 successes with 1 10.
Damn.
Yeah, that's 5 successes all in all.
Peter doesn't move. He just stands really still, and they never see him.
Like
Yeah,
with the katana in hand, Peter just knocks twice on a wall, and it just slides him back.
So you remember that whole thing in Infinity War when Drax was practicing being invisible?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's you. You just sitting there eating chips.
Except it actually works for Peter.
Yeah. No. Honestly, we will say that. Yeah, you. The thing is, like the bedroom, perfectly painted. There's not a bed in there yet, but the thing is, you see like a new mattress being pushed in, and that's been pushed in there. So they're clearly going to be bringing some stuff in. You don't really get in the closet though. You pretty much find out that the way the mattress is laid, you basically like behind the mattress, which is even less of a place that anyone would even dare think about looking if they think somebody's there. Will Peter survive? We'll find out next time. Oh, damn it.